Hello, everybody. I'm Barbara, and this is our doll, and this is day 6 of my 90-day challenge. And I thought I would share with you some of my spinning. A few of you have actually seen this fiber, and they kind of wondered what it would look like. So I'm showing you a little bit of what it's looking like right now as a single. And I'm working on my babe. It's an old machine. So this isn't coming out quite as red as I wanted it to. But there it is. And I'm trying to keep the color separation. I'm going to do a chain ply with it when I get the bobbin a little bit fuller. I've got quite a bit of this fiber to spin, and there's lots of spots where it's more white than pink or red. And then there are spots where the black cherry was that it's quite dark. But day 6, so I've almost done a whole week of daily vlogging. So it's spinning Saturday, and welcome to my spinning time. You can see my colorful socks. I'm trying to think what pattern that is. A plain vanilla, I believe, with I can't remember the name of the yarn. Had these for quite a while. I've darned them a couple of times, but they're comfortable. And I used to spin a lot in my bare feet, but because it's dry and it's winter, my feet are more slippery, so they don't want to stay on the wheel. And I have this old IKEA mat underneath it to keep it from walking away, because wheels tend to do that. As you spin, they kind of want to move. So now I did just get a new piece for the pedal, like the hinge piece where it connects to the bottom frame. And since then, it's been working really well. I replaced the drive band. So other than the fact that it's not, I don't know how much you can see, it's not overly clean. It's old PVC. It probably wasn't old when it was first created. But I've had this wheel since I think about 2004, 2005, and it was used then. So I've talked about that a couple of times. But right now it's spinning very quietly, which is kind of nice. I get a rattle when the bobbin goes back and forth sometimes, but that's okay. So over on one of the other channels that's doing a vlogmas, so they are posting every day what they're spinning from an advent calendar. So I decided that, well, there's no reason for me to purchase fiber for an advent calendar pre-made by someone when it's gonna not be within my budget this year, that I would pull out bits and pieces of fiber that are left over from other projects. And then Nick, my husband, put them in little baggies with a day on them. And every day I pull out another one and spin, and then ply it back from a plying bracelet. I just put it back from the spindle onto my hand. And from there, I knit. So I don't even set the twist. I just go right ahead and knit. And I will show you what I've got so far. So today's spin was a red merino. That came in an advent box a year ago. So it's ready to be plied, and there's my spindle. And then for 2 days, I've been knitting. So I have this, which is actually a 2-ply of what I'm spinning here, but done on a spindle. And then there's this heavier pink, which is from fiber from Upper Canada Village down the other end of Eastern Ontario. Mixed breed, Canadian. Like I said, it's a little bit harsher. The merino is quite soft. I know the merino isn't superwash. But I also know that this other pink doesn't felt easily, which is kind of nice, but the merino will. So unless that one's a superwash. The red is not a superwash. And I'll show you what happened. I will be right back. And a big pot sitting on this to make it lay flat. So this piece I'm going to show you here has been in and out of the wash many times. It was a 2-ply merino from the same Advent box that I had. And it is so felted right now that I could probably use it as an insole in my shoe, in my boot, if I needed to. So that's how much it has shrunk over the time. I don't remember the name of the pattern I used to knit this, but it was quite a bit bigger than this before. And there you have it. So it's just the way it goes, right? You never know. So I'll go back to my spinning here. I like to spin on Saturdays. Saturdays are kind of the day in between, and actually I've often posted to a podcast, and it's called The Day Between. So the day between Friday, the end of the work week, and Sunday, which is the day we worship. But it's also, for me, this is about Sabbath time. It's time set apart. Normally I'm not talking to anybody. I might be listening to music or something inspirational. But I find spinning on the wheel to be very meditative. It allows me to think about the sermon, the meditation that I'll share in church tomorrow. But there you have it. For those of you who were interested about what was going to happen with that fiber that didn't look like what you thought it would look like, there you have it. I'm just going to sit for a few minutes and spin, and you can sit with me. I don't really feel like I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to everybody who's listening, which is kind of nice. I have a cloth bag on the arm of my chair here. Well, it's kind of cloth. I don't know what kind of fabric it is, that I got at Mary Maxim's the end of the summer with fiber in it. And I just pull something up from that bag. And I'm doing a frontward draw, which is what I'm most comfortable with and what I can spin the most consistently with. I don't have one of those fancy doohickeys on my bobbin that would allow the evenness of the fiber to go up and down. I have to stop and move it each time. But I don't mind. I really don't. Around me today, I have my chocolate cake candle from Yankee Candles I get from my sister-in-law, Jamie. So the house smells like chocolate brownies, actually, which is kind of nice. And I'm looking out our basement window. It's a very deep window, steep window. I've got a few plants on there, and I can look out at the sky. You see a few clouds. The wind is blowing. The next job for me, the next on my to-do list, will be to bring in the boxes of my Christmas stuff, my decorating, my dishes, all that had been stored at the church when we moved, because we have very little storage room here. So I will bring those in this afternoon and sort through them and decide what we're going to keep out, how we're going to decorate. I've done a little bit of work on my kitchen counter. I know some of you have seen the videos and my counter's not always the greatest. But I don't live in a showpiece, that's for sure. I work off and on in the kitchen, and I sit in my comfy chair with my spindle and my knitting needles, and generally enjoy life. Have to go for a few groceries today. Yesterday was payday, so we'll go get a few groceries. We don't need a lot. The fridge is full pretty well. But there are a few things on sale that I'd like to pick up. But I do hope that you're enjoying the beginning of December, that you are enjoying my video challenge, so day 6 of 90. If you like the video, please do what most people do and give it the thumbs up. And if you don't like these kinds of videos, yeah, you can give it a thumbs down. If you're going to comment, that's wonderful. I love comments, but please be kind. You know the old adage, if you have nothing to say. Also share with your friends. I'd love it if you could do that. If you find that any of these videos are meaningful, they're not really tutorials. I don't feel that I can teach a lot at this point on what I am doing, but what I can do is share with you how it works for me. So here I am spinning and inching along, and I may have to stop and move it. We'll see where it is. Yeah, it's right there. So let me move it over here a bit and fill in that little crack there. There we go. So life in a basement 2-bedroom apartment. Cozy, comfortable. Nick is currently napping so that he'll have the energy to go for a drive with me later. And he can sleep through anything, but I'm not making a lot of noise right now. Anyway, I think that'll be it for today. Let me just see if I can turn the camera around for a second, or at least bring it up so I can say hi. Maybe not. It's too far away. I've not used the tripod for a video like this. I'm usually standing or holding my phone, but this time I decided to try something new so that you could watch me spin without me shaking more than the wheel is shaking itself. But I hope you have a wonderful day, and we will see you tomorrow for day 7. God bless.